So good morning. Thanks for all followers for all your feedback yesterday. Literally, I spent like 5 hours on the phone replying and messaging yous, and thanks. It was like so good to get that feedback. I really can't tell you all how really happy, and I don't know what words to use, but grateful, I guess, would be a good one, that I've got like such a nice group of people that are, you know, positive and open-minded. And when I started my ATM a few years ago, Bitcoin ATM on the Sunshine Coast, my mission back then, my dream, like I had a customer come in and we're talking about stuff, and I just said to him, like, my dream back then was I wanted to make as many millionaires as possible in Australia, more than any other business, and that's my aim at the moment. So that's my page. Like, my page is really, I thought I'd make this video just to give you guys a bit more of an insight into my motivations and drivers, you know. So I've spent my whole life doing military stuff, and I've got out now, and you know, once a soldier, always a soldier. You don't change. But when I got out, I struggled to find some purpose in, like, what am I going to do now? And Bitcoin, and like that was the thing for me. First, it started with tree work, and that was great. I still love tree work. I love tree climbing. I've got some monster trees here, so I don't ever stop being an arborist. Oi! And then I started my ATM, and the ATM was it was a real eye-opener, you know, like the way that I got into crypto. And I'd like to share the story, because people sit there and they say, you know, you're really lucky. I guess I was going to start this story like the other day, but I'm just going to give you an insight into how I got into Bitcoin. This is not the same kind of video as a lot of other crypto channels, because they're all fucking pretenders, most of them. Like, I've been in crypto full time for the last 5 years, literally, or late 2016, early 2017 is when I got into it. So I actually don't even know how I got into Bitcoin, to be honest. I really don't know. I can't remember. Somehow I stumbled across it, and Bitcoin was around $300 per Bitcoin. And I stumbled across it, and I was kind of just like looking at it as a technology. I'm like, what is this thing? And you know, the more I got into it, the more it kind of just surprised me with what it was. Look at this. Half a horsepower. There's half a horsepower. There's 500 of them. Anyway, so I got into Bitcoin, and I don't know what did it, but I was interested in this thing. It was like late 2016, and the more I looked into it, the more fascinated I became with the technology, really. It wasn't the monetary side of the house that really surprised me, or that appealed to me. It was this idea that you had this unstoppable technology that no government on the planet could coerce. And like Max Kaiser says, you know, it's like tick-tock, next block. Doesn't matter what's happening in America, tick-tock, next block every 10 minutes. You know, it doesn't matter if there's a war in Afghanistan, tick-tock, next block. You know, it's unstoppable. And that's what fascinated me. So I got into it, researched, got onto a bloke called Andreas Antonopoulos, computer scientist. He's the bloke that advised the Australian Senate on Bitcoin. He's advised the Canadian Senate on Bitcoin. He wrote the book Mastering Bitcoin. It's in my book list. Highly recommend that you read that. And the Bitcoin Standard by Ferdinand Moose, right? I think an economist. Anyway, won't digress. So I got into Bitcoin, and I was interested in it, but I hadn't bought any. And I'd been working, and I'd just saved up and bought myself a brand new motorbike, right? It was a Moto Guzzi Grisso, It was like the best bike I'd bought. You know, it was like $23,000. I literally had saved up, worked my ass off, and I just bought my dream bike, right? And I was so excited, and I was like, wow, I just got this bike. And in the background of my mind, I'm looking at Bitcoin, and now it's like $1,300 from when I looked at it first. It's gone up $1,000, 3x. And I was like, far out, you know, this thing, it's a real thing. It's a real like technology, and I was thinking, geez, do I believe in this technology or not, you know? And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck it, you know, like I just spent all these years, I just bought my motorbike, right? This awesome bike, and I got no fucking money left. You know, if I swear and you don't like it, follow someone else. That's just me. This is raw as you get it. So I bought this motorbike, and I was like, man, now I found Bitcoin. I wish that I put some money in it. And then I kind of was like, you know, you get to a decision point. In the military, you've got these things that are called DPs when you plan a mission. And as you go along in life, you reach decision points. Am I going to marry this girl? Am I going to marry that girl? Am I going to buy this car? Am I going to buy that car? Am I going to take the job? Am I going to look for another one? Like whatever it is, you know, you reach decision points. And I got to this decision point where I was like, Bitcoin's $1,300 and my motorbike's $23,000. And if I bought Bitcoin with my motorbike money, I'd have 60,000 now instead of 23. And that kept playing over my head. I was like, wow, you know, I would have made more money doing nothing except holding an asset, investing, than I would instantly gratifying myself by buying a motorbike. So I took the decision to sell the motorbike, right? And I thought I'll sell it for like 17,000. It's a little bit of a loss. But $17,000 worth of Bitcoin at $1,300, I thought was a good investment. And you know what? No one wanted to buy it. I was beside myself. I think I had like 3,000 kilometers on it, brand new bike. And you know, I'm watching Bitcoin spike up 1,500, 1,300, back up, back down 800. You know, and it's like I could see the trend. You know, I saw the charts. I started looking up all the old school original gangsters like Trace Mayer. I'd highly recommend you follow Trace Mayer, TRACEMEYER. Anyway, so I put it for sale, and no one wanted to buy it, and then I dropped it like to $1,500. Sorry, 15,000, and still no one wanted to buy it. And I'm watching Bitcoin buying pressure, just like looking at it going up and up, and I'm going, you know, I'm going to miss the boat on this Bitcoin thing because I'm too worried about my stupid motorbike, right? And yeah, you know, it was 23,000, and now I can't sell it for 15. But if I put a few grand on Bitcoin and at 3x's or 2x's, back then I thought that would be a good deal. So I took the decision. I was like, fuck it. I put an ad in Gumtree, and I said, $12,000, brand new, urgent, gotta go, family problems, right? The bloke flew up from Sydney, bought it and drove it down, and I put $12,000 in Bitcoin at $1,300. Okay, so I don't hold all that Bitcoin. First rule of crypto is you never tell people how much crypto you have. Anyway, so since then, I've been living off Bitcoin and using it as an investment asset. You know, I've bought some horses. You know, when Bitcoin hits like a couple of 100,000, like I think when Bitcoin hits like 700,000-800,000, one of my horses here would be worth $1 million if I'd held that Bitcoin, right? I only paid a few thousand for the horse. I bought it with Bitcoin, and it'd be probably $1 million horse, right? Just like that $18,000 Bitcoin, 18,000 Bitcoin pizza. But it's not about that, right? So since then, I've been full-time crypto. So what I wanted to make this video about was just to show people that you've got to make decisions. You know, getting rich or getting wealthy, you don't get it by just working hard, right? Because I know a lot of people that have worked hard. My parents worked hard their whole lives. I know other people that work hard all the time. And you're not going to get it just like that. Hey, mate. Right? You want some me dandelion tea, I think. Okay, so I think I'll stop it there. But that's an introduction. I just wanted to get that point across on, you know, you've got to make the decision and you've got to believe in the technology, and you're going to be feeling risk when you don't understand what you're investing in, okay? People go, oh, it's risky, you know, is buying crypto risky? It's riskier not to buy crypto, okay? Like, it's riskier not to buy crypto. If you have $100,000 in your bank account, or if you have $10,000 in your bank account, or if you have $1 million in your bank account, put 1% of your portfolio into crypto, specifically Bitcoin. 1%, that's it. That's nothing. You spend more money on stupid shit that you don't need. But the risk of not being in crypto so far outweighs the risk of being in it. And now that we've got the acceptance by government and mainstream adoption and industry and business, it's not a speculative asset anymore. It's what people don't realize. People say Bitcoin is a scam, Bitcoin is a scam, you know, and it's not. It's like, follow Max Kaiser. He's brilliant. He's got a bit of Tourette's, I'd say, but you know, there's this concept that he brings up, and it's called Bitcoin derangement syndrome. It's called Bitcoin derangement syndrome, and I'll explain it like this. And it's happened to me, right? I'll talk to someone and I'll say, hey, you know that I'm into crypto? And they go, yeah. And I say, you know, like, you know, you probably should get a little bit, or they ask me, you know, how's it going? And I say, oh, it's really good. And they're like, I don't understand it at all, nothing about it. And I'm like, well, you know, just watch a video or two. Here's a list. Nah, you know, it's a scam. Like, Bitcoin's a scam, you know. So it's like, you don't want to learn, you don't want to accept anything that I'm telling you. This is what I do for a living. It's like saying to a doctor, a surgeon when he's operating on you, oh, I don't know about, you know, ankle surgery. It's a scam. It's not a scam because it's just that you don't understand it, right? So if you understand what you're doing, then it's not a scam. But people don't want to understand. So what I'm getting at is some people out there, it doesn't matter what you do or say, right? You can't convince them, right? I spent, you know, my whole career in the military, you know. I've got Buddhists telling me Buddhist stuff. I've got Christians telling me Christian stuff. They die for it. I've got Taoists. I've got bloody Muslims. Like, you know, everyone believes they're right. Everybody, every religion believes they're right. You can't all be right. You can't all be right. Okay? You can't. It's facts. So you've got to start looking at facts. So crypto, it's not a scam because it's got like a massive network. You've got millions of people, trillions of dollars in the ecosystem, and, you know, nation states are adopting it. So if you don't understand something, he really wants to get into my dandelion tea. If you don't understand something, you know, find out about it. Don't have Bitcoin derangement syndrome and go, oh, it's a scam, it's a scam. While I'm sitting here living my life full-time crypto, buying stuff like to live, you know, buying horses, you know, living my life on crypto, and you sitting there going, oh, I don't know, it's a scam, I think it's a scam, but you don't understand anything about economics, you don't understand anything about technology, you don't understand anything about computer science. You know, like, I've talked to people who haven't read a book in fucking 20 years, right? All the information that they know about the world. Hey, I'm just climbing through the fence. Hey, this is my Felicity, right? For me, Bitcoin, it's about me horses. That's how I fund them. That's how they eat, you know? Look at these two babies over here. So, yeah, it's what I'm getting at. So if you don't get it, and you don't understand it, and you don't read, and all you're world reality comes from the TV and the radio and the newspaper, I'm going to break it to you. You've been fed lies, okay? You know it already, but you just don't want to believe it. So anyway, get into crypto. I'll challenge you for an entrepreneurial point of view, right? Take $1 and figure out how you can double it. Okay, just do that. That's an exercise, thought experiment. Take $1 and figure out how you can double it. And use that as an investment thesis for your future investments. So it doesn't all have to be crypto. You know, like before I got into crypto, I was like massively into property. I love property. You know, I love property. It's just I like, you know, farms and houses, and I like doing them up and spending my day, you know, on the tools with the drill and, you know, renovating and flipping houses. Like, I love that, right? That's what I do. That's what I've been doing for like most of my life, right? And then crypto came along, so, you know, I thought I'd invest in that. Now I'm looking at buying some shares, right? It's all about a diversified portfolio. You know, I've got an e-business. So I'd implore you to broaden your horizons and open up your eyes, you know, as far as investing goes, and think about how you can double your money, not how you can spend it, right? Don't sit there and go, now I've got money. I've got all these people now that have made massive amounts of money in crypto, and they're like, oh, I'm going to just go and buy something with it. And there's all your capital gone. Your capital gone. You've done all the hard work, you've waited, you've got the growth, and then you sold your bag to someone that you're going to regret later. One of the things with crypto is, and I've regretted it with a lot of my smaller bags, when I buy in and out of projects, it's a good idea never to sell. If you bought a good project based on fundamentals, right, it's a good idea never to sell your whole bag. Okay, never sell your whole bag. If you're going to sell it, sell a lot of it, right? If you want to, if you're going to get out and you want to sell a lot, right, sell nearly all of it, 90%, keep 10% in there. That 10% bag over time, right? I've got some coins, some projects, some tokens. There's a big difference actually between coins and tokens, but I won't do it now. You know, if you spent, if I had kept those coins, if I had kept those coins that I'd bought, those tokens that I bought back in 2017, and I didn't sell my complete bag, I would have 1000x'd. It's insane. Like, you know, I've lost more money in crypto than I can think of, but I've also made more money, right? And the saying goes, you know, billionaires will lose millions, you know, millionaires will lose thousands, right? You know, it's all about moving your capital, taking risk, adjusting the risk, looking at your portfolio, and the only way to do it is just to do it. Don't worry about joining too many groups and paying for shit, you know, like, if you're not invested in the space, you're not going to care about it. You know, jump in, balls deep, take a bite, and then because you've got money at stake, it will drive you to be interested, to pay attention. Just like a gym membership kind of makes you go to the gym, right? So anyway, I'll wrap it up there. Hope you're having a good day, and your mission for today is to think about how you can double your money. It doesn't matter what platform it is, what it is, you know, real estate, whatever. And I think you'll come around after a while to realise that the gains in crypto, in the digital asset space, let's redefine it for some people so they're not so linguistically averse. The digital asset space is where a lot of people are coming back to. That's why all the bankers are getting in there. That's why the stock market's getting in there. You know, guys from Shark Tank are getting in there. Billionaires, Mark Cuban, you know, Mr. Wonderful, bloody, you know, they're all getting in on it. Elon Musk, companies are holding it on their balance sheet. You know, I've got a mate of mine. You know, you think Tesla and SpaceX and all that, buying a little bit of Bitcoin on their balance sheet is pretty impressive. I've got a mate in Australia. He runs a company. 95% of the company's cash reserves are in Bitcoin. All right, company. not his personal money, company cash reserves, 95% Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. So there you go. Have a nice day. Finger on the trigger, get ready for a sell.